This episode I produced about 7 years ago or thereabouts. It took place up in the Northern Territory on a buffalo hunt. Myself was coming up from Canberra. Andy Ivey was travelling from south east Queensland. His cousin Nigel was travelling from the United Kingdom. And Sean Greathouse from Hamsky Archery was travelling from the United States. Hope you enjoy.
Do it yourself, Northern Territory, Australia, Asiatic water buffalo. That's what we're doing.
I met Sean in Brisbane and he was flight delayed by approximately 6 hours, so he almost didn't make it.
Looks like we're delayed a little bit. Bummer. We made it here in Cairns. One more flight.
Let's get a beer first, eh?
Yeah.
The next morning we got picked up by Andy and Nige, and 80 kilometres into our trip to base camp, we cooked the motor, we blew a head gasket, and yeah, that was a real dampener there for a little while. We got a pretty express ride back into town by a game person who decided to tow us for 80 kilometres, and he was sitting on about 100 kilometres an hour, which was exciting for the boys in the back, I'm sure.
I don't drive fast anyway. Everyone loves me.
No.
I sit under 100, yeah. That was about 120, 140. Anyway, thank you. So you guys want to, yeah?
We went and had a couple of beers last night and figured out what we were going to do. It's now Monday morning, so a couple of the businesses that we need to talk to are open. We've got a couple of mechanics to chase up and see who we can get to repair this vehicle. Out here it's so remote as far as getting replacement parts and stuff like that, and just being busy. We're looking at about a 2-week turnaround to get this vehicle fixed, from what we hear, unless someone can come up with something better parts wise. But anyway, that's where we're at there. We were going to go to a rental vehicle place and see if we can pick up a vehicle and at least continue our hunt whilst our main truck is getting repaired. So that's kind of where we're at the moment.
You know, when I rode into the encampment, it was a huge culture shock for me. You know, coming from the States and never having been to a remote part of really any third world country, and not that this is a third world country, but this particular area is very third world. It's a simple life here. So for me, part of the adventure of this hunt was learning about the culture of the local community. And this is some of the oldest land on the planet. This goes back, thousands of years. People have their culture, and it's still, to a certain degree, it hasn't changed a whole lot. Obviously with technology and, progression through the world, things have changed. But it's just a whole different way of life out here. And for me to get a chance to come from the States hunt an entirely different continent on a do-it-yourself hunt with some good buddies. This has just been a great experience, and it's something I wouldn't trade for the world.
We got some crown buffalo from the buffalo I killed last week. It's probably our third sitting of it now. So we're testing it again on Sean and Danny. Got some guinea pigs here to try some more buffalo. Pretty good though. So, it's just crumbs, flour, egg, and then breadcrumbs and spices. Deep fried. This is gonna be good. That's how we keep pets.
All right, well, here we are.
Day 3.
Day 3. We've relocated to a new area. I liked where we went last night. We got into more sign. That was good.
Yeah.
You actually saw a few.
Yeah, so we saw a cow and a couple of calves, but they saw us before we could do anything about it, so it's a bit unfortunate, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, let's see if this new area produces some results, and I'm excited to get a buffalo down.
Yep. And then this afternoon I think we're heading off to the coast to camp on the beaches there and explore some new country, and then do a spot of fishing for some giant trevally, so...
That'll be a new experience for me. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
All right,
good.
Let's do it.
Good luck.
How many years old do you reckon this thing is? No idea. It's huge. It's a big one. There's ants. There's gotta be millions of them in there. It's like a metropolis. That's huge. And over here. This is the magnetic termites. Just two completely different types of ants. So we've just been working along this floodplain. It's beautiful out here. It's almost prehistoric to some sort of degree. At any rate, we've been filming some of the birds and stuff. And we found a buff out there in the flats. There's really no good way to get to him right now, so we're just gonna keep working up. There's a water hole up the way, and just kind of go in there and check that out. Wind's gonna be our thing. I think it's coming right here to this water hole. You see him? Right here. See him? Yep. Gonna have to intersect it though, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to get closer. Go for it. She'll see you if she lifts her head. Moving, okay? So just keep still if she lifts her head.
not sure if you heard, but the black cockatoos, or whichever cockatoos they were starting to make a bit of noise, and they sensed that Nigel and I were here. And you probably saw the pigs' body language starting to change. They started to get really alert, and I just had a feeling that they were gonna take off pretty quickly. So I ranged it several times, 24 metres, and yeah, put in a nice shot, and the pig started coming towards us. It's a sow. She's coming towards us, and she's next to Nige, 5 or 6 metres, so the tracking shouldn't be too difficult. Please, just got to try and find my arrow. Oh, gold tip, complete pass through. Still quite sharp too, the head, so that's quite good. I'm using a gold tip kinetic XD 300. Total weight of the arrow is around about 600 grains. I've just ripped off a fletch, but apart from that, touch up the head, refletch it, and then yeah, we're good for another day. We've just come across, we wanted to glass this massive floodplain behind the camera, and as we approached, we both spotted 2 sows just on the edge here feeding, and yeah, we got into, I took a shot at 24 metres. The cockatoos were alarming the pigs, and they both changed their body posture from feeding and happy to quite alert, and it didn't look like they were going to hang around for much longer, so I'd already ranged the pig a few times. Here's the exit wound, and the arrow kind of raked forward. She was crawling away pretty hard. Entry's about here on the opposite side, and raked through, and she maybe travelled, well, 24 metres to the shot, and then she paralleled us and came towards us and fell over. So she travelled roughly 24 metres and fell over, literally 5 metres from the camera. That was what was bothering the pigs. But anyway, we were in position, we were able to capitalise, so good way to start the account, and hopefully I can duplicate that on a much bigger pig or / buffalo. So thanks, Nige, that was good.
Oh, nice one, Danny. Well done. Congrats.
Thank you.
Community up on the very northern coast of Arnhem Land up here, and we usually come out here and fish. We're going to head out a few kilometers into the ocean and yeah, see if we can hook some big GTs and come back. We usually give all the fish but 1 or 2 that we're going to eat ourselves to the family that live up here in the community, that give us permission to come out and fish. So it's a gem of a spot. Very few people get to fish out here. Just purely from a remoteness factor, really. So yeah, and some world-class fishing sometimes as well. So yeah, it's been fun.
Sean?
Yeah.
Got it? Strong?
Hey
guys, how you doing?
cái điệp có big fish mà đó. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for letting us fish.
It's the afternoon of the 4th day. Nigel and I just bombed about 2.5 kilometers off at a pretty good pace until we got down to a watering hole. We've got to the water and only walked another maybe 70 yards. We've already spotted a buff. Got a water buffalo up here. Looks like a average bull. So we're gonna go put a stalk on him and see what we can do. Alright. Well, this has been a highs and lows of emotions right now. I just put down my first buffalo. This has been something. A little over a year ago, I came here to Australia, met Andy. He was so kind to invite me back. I had a couple of blustered shots and missed opportunities, so to speak, and I told myself I'm going to come back and get it done, and we just got it done tonight. Put a amazing stock on a small bull. He's not a real big bull, but I was beginning to wonder if I was ever going to get it done. This is fourth day of the hunt, and my first opportunity at a stock, and only the third bull that we've seen. And we came in, I stalked within 20 meters. He got up and he was quartering away and put a great shot on it. Took my time, was totally relaxed. Everything went down just perfect. Props out to Nige, great camera work. I appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of it, man. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Well, we got a buffalo down. We went remote to get this guy. To start it off, it took me 4 flights to get into the remote town of Gove. Then we drove another 3 hours and to the nearest village, or one of the nearest villages. And then from that, we're 30K out. And then from there, we're another 2.5 kilometers on foot. And we're easy a good 4 miles from any hospital or any sort of help. We got a flat tire on the way in to start things off. So we decided rather than push it and go down the road, we thought we would not take a chance with any more tires going out and walk the rest of the way down to the creek basin that we're hunting. And it paid off. First buff.
Oh, you want to take that off?
Yeah.
You alright?
Oh, I'm not okay.
Just shine right on there, please, Nige.
Sorry. I've been better.
I got it, just slip out of it.
Oh, shit.
Jesus, that's heavy.
Well done, Sean. Now I feel like I could run. I feel like I'm walking on air, man.
Well done, man. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Nice work. Oh, shit.
Okay, very good. Day 5, and it's been pretty slow going, unfortunately. But Sean had great success yesterday afternoon and got his first Asiatic buffalo, and it was a monstrous haul to get back the head and the back straps, and it was up a rocky escarpment for 3 kilometres, so a really big effort and a big congrats to Sean. This morning we're coming down to a flat that we've seen some buffalo on, we've seen some hogs on it. It's not that far in a straight line to where Sean was yesterday, got his bull. And we know there's a good bull here, old fella that's got straight horns. Yeah, so with a bit of luck we'll catch up with him. Oh shit. Okay, fifth and final full day of a week-long trip. As you can see behind me, here's the first buffalo that I've actually had a chance of stalking this week. So yeah, it's been a while coming, but with a bit of luck we'll get this guy. The wind's been pretty good. We saw him from probably 1.5 kilometres away, perhaps, something like that. And we've had to make a big arc to get the wind right, and now we've just hit this mangrove swamp and we're going to hug it, and it looks like he's feeding into the swamp. And the wind's going to be the trickiest part, I think, of the whole thing, but yeah, hopefully everything works out okay. Got Sean behind the camera and we've kind of teamed up a few times this week. It's been really good, and hopefully we can get this done, and fingers crossed. guys, it's huddled up. That's the problem. Basically keep him inside the whole time because we figured he was going to come up better. And sure enough, he came into this strip of mangrove swamp, and he was on. The unfortunate thing was he was on this side with the wind perfect for him, and we were on the other side trying to get the wind right for us. But then we had this big ribbon of mangrove between the two of us, and I guess the overall distance is probably only 60 metres thick, but have a look at it, it's ridiculously thick anyway. As we started to come in a little bit and glass to see if we could find him bedded, yeah, I thought I smelled something, and then I had a sudden wind shift. It just sucked back, and then sure enough he got up, he smelt us again. Come on. So my first and only stalk and a buff this trip. So well, probably got half a day to go. Tomorrow maybe a morning session, and then that's us, we're done. So, but we'll keep going. Still got a few hours before we have to meet the guys back at the car. It's probably going to take us an hour and a half maybe or so to get back to the car. Yeah.
You don't realize the size of them until you bow hunt them, I think. When you look at them at 100 meters or 180 meters, you don't realize that their back is that high off the ground, and they can weigh anywhere up to a ton of weight. It's a huge animal to bow hunt. If you get the right setting, as we have seen in this trip, you can get close to them, but killing them is a different story, and that's been a huge adventure for us. A lot of fun just in the preparation, the mental side of it, just making sure that you place the arrow correctly, making sure that you understand the bone structure and put that arrow right in the pocket where you're going to kill it.
see him die that quickly that often. That was intense. That was intense.
Long stalk, eh?
I know. Oh man, perfect shot. Perfect shot.
I didn't think we were gonna get him.
Yeah, I mean, he locked onto us, eh?
Yeah, a few times.
On. Wow, I'm pumped. Man. Man, it's warm. Late afternoon here in the Northern Territory. Had a couple of big days, and yeah, we're coming down the edge of this huge floodplain. There's a big mud flat, a couple of k's to our left. Now we spotted this bull, and yeah, Nigel and I have been cat and mousing him for, I don't know, 1.5 kilometers, I guess. Wind's been cutting this way the whole time, and he's just been traveling, and we've been just kind of paralleling him about 60 meters, just waiting for a good shot. He actually heard us back there. He looked straight at us, and we just remained dead still, and he can get them calm. And anyway, he decided it was nothing to worry about, headed off. We caught back up with him here, came out at about 34 at that tree, and then turned at about 35, waited till he was quartering away, and then as I was busy squeezing my back and locking on, he caught it ever so slightly more, and I just tucked it in through the back of the ribs, probably exiting here somewhere. He got total arrow penetration, and he went 5 meters.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we hit him in the right spot. They don't go far.
Good job, Andy.
Thanks, bud.
That's sweet.
Thanks for filming.
That's a pleasure. Oh, that was an intense stalk.
Wasn't it? I just thought, and the wind, you see, every now and then the wind was just like coming off my neck. Surprised he didn't get a wind that did, that blew past us and then swirled back on him.
Yeah. I think probably the hardest thing here is that we had to cover a lot of ground quickly.
Incredibly noisy. If you have a look at this, and
It's
everything we're walking on is just, it's just so loud. It's just, yeah. We actually got fortunate. It was actually a game trail that we used, and I opted to stay on it just for the sound factor. So yeah, another bull down. It's great. We finally got to the top of this ridge here, and he made us out at one point. We managed to stay still for long enough. He lost interest, carried on feeding, and it allowed us to get around up in front of him and had him feed past at about 35 meters. I got Nige up with me, and we decided it was going to be time to take the shot. He turned around and kind of quartering away when I drew back, and then he quartered away hard. And I just kind of took my eye away from the peep and had a good look at the angle, and then centered back on and made the shot, just squeezed it off perfectly, hit him exactly where I wanted to. Just angling right forward, kind of behind that last rib, probably coming out kind of the point of the front of the chest up in here. He spun around about 5 meters and looked back in the direction of the noise, and then about 5 or 6 seconds later fell down dead.
Oh, he's a bomber. He's a bomber.
Did they work well, eh? See. What's that neck? And there was a paperbark white tree like that, and he just started going behind it, and he stopped completely broadside. The tree was probably pretty much in line with his leg like that, just straight up there.
And you shot right just to the edge of the tree.
Exactly.